Sud Uddesham, seed of intent, presents the magnanimity of sharing with pure intentions, as illustrated by Guru Nanak, the righteous benevolent, in the backwaters of the lush Malabar.
He wanted to see all people in the same platform, no discrimination based on religion, sex, caste or anything.
ਏਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ
साची सुत नाम नहीं त्रिपत हों मैं करत गवाया पर तन पर नारी रात निंदा बिख खाई दुख पाया.
Discontent is the foundation of negativity, which in turn feeds immoral actions. Even the most learned can fall prey to temptations. Life can be a fulfilling experience by building on virtues. In present times, due to political reasons, it is not possible to travel by sea from Sri Lanka to India. Hence, to retrace Guru Nanak's footsteps, we fly from Sri Lanka to India and continue our journey from Dhanushkodi. According to mythology, to safeguard his kingdom from enemies, Vibhishan, the new king of Lanka, requested Ramchandra to destroy the Setbandh bridge on his return. Ramchandra broke the bridge with arrows from his bow. Thus the name of the spot came to be known as Dhanushkodi, meaning the end of the bow. It is a metaphor for breaking the shackles of negativity in order to preserve positivity.
Guru Nanak and Bhai Mardana on their return from Sri Lanka landed at the port of Setbandh in India, which is also known as Dhanushkodi.
From Dhanushkodi, Guru Nanak and Bhai Mardana travelled to Rameshwaram, Trivandrum, Kottayam, Annamalai Hills, Bidar, Nanded, and reached Daulatabad. From Dhanushkodi, they first visited Rameshwaram. Retracing Guru Nanak's footsteps, we now travel from Dhanushkodi to Rameshwaram and visit the Ramanatha Swami temple.
Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunadaya Nadaya Sitaya Padaye Namaha Shri Ramachandra Swamine Namaha.
The name of this city of Rameshwaram in Sanskrit means the Lord of Ramchandra, denoting Shiva. According to the epic Ramayana, Ramchandra prayed to Shiva here for absolution for any wrongdoing he may have committed in the war against King Ravan. It is believed that at this temple, Ramchandra, along with his wife Sita, installed an iconic representation of Shiva, a Shivling made from a black stone brought from Sri Lanka.
Rameshwaram is one of the most revered pilgrimage sites of the Shaivite tradition. Guru Nanak and Bhai Mardana on their return from Sri Lanka visited this city to have dialogues with the yogis.
During a discourse, the ascetics questioned Guru Nanak why, as a follower of Nirgun, the formless, he had come to the Ramanatha Swami temple where the divine is worshipped in the form of Shiva. In reply, Guru Nanak sang,
एक निरंजन गुरमुख जाता दूजा मारे शब्द पचाता एको हुक्म वर्तै सब लोई एकसते सब उपत होई राह दो मैं खसम को जान गुर के शब्द हुक्म पछान सगल रूप वर्ण मन माही कहो नानक एको सलाई।
Guru Nanak addressed the dilemma of the yogis by presenting his philosophy of monism. Endorsing his belief in unity, he said that there is one supreme, formless, omnipresent, unifying force. He clarified that his intention to visit the temple was to interact with the spiritualists. We now visit the site which was established in the memory of Guru Nanak as Nanak Udasin Math in the early 19th century by Chandu Lal, a minister in the Nizam state of Hyderabad. In the mid-1970s, this site, which is now a large Gurdwara, was handed over by the Udasin Mahant Narinder Das to the Sikh community of Chennai. The management committee has maintained the memorial made by Mahant Narinder Das. Guru Nanak's philosophy was and is invisibly housed in the hearts of many, but the precept of visible divisions limit unity. The invisible, formless, omnipresent leaves much affirmation of its underlying existence through numerous visible forms. Connecting one of these forms with another through sensory organs is evidence of unity. It is the mind which plays the game of misconceptions.
सहस तव नैन नन नैन है तोहे को, सहस मूरत नन एक तोही, सहस पद विमल नन एक पद, गांध बिन सहस तव गांध, एवा चलत
From Rameshwaram, Guru Nanak and Bhai Mardana travelled along the sea coast and reached Trivandrum, the present-day capital of the state of Kerala. Trailing in Guru Nanak's footsteps, we travel from Rameshwaram to Trivandrum. The city of Trivandrum takes its name from the word Thiruvananthapuram, which means a place of the infinite, referring to Lord Vishnu, the deity who is known as the sustainer in the Hindu Trinity. Shri Padmanabha Swami Temple, dedicated to Vishnu, is one of the many revered sites across India which attracts Vaishnavite pilgrims. There is no physical commemoration of Guru Nanak's visit to Trivandrum. From Trivandrum, Guru Nanak and Bhai Mardana travelled to Kottayam. In Guru Nanak's footsteps, we travel from Trivandrum to Kottayam. The city of Kottayam in the state of Kerala is established amidst a network of rivers. It is famous for the backwaters which feed into the Arabian Sea. In Kottayam, Guru Nanak was hosted by a commune of yogis.
Guru Nanak and Bhai Mardana visited the city of Kottayam. In a dialogue with the ascetics, Guru Nanak emphasized on the importance of sharing.
According to a narrative, the yogis gave a sesame seed to Guru Nanak and asked if he could share it amongst the commune. Probably they wanted to see if Guru Nanak would respond by performing a miracle. Guru Nanak's uniqueness was in his ability to explain the essence of a concept through practical examples. He pounded the tiny sesame seed with some additional ingredients, making enough quantity to share with the commune. Expounding on the principle of sharing, he said, if the intent is to share, then the quantity of what is to be shared is irrelevant, be it sharing material things or knowledge.
जय गुण होवन साजना मिल साज करी जय साज करी जय जय गुण केरी छोड़ अवगण चलिए.
Pandit Tara Singh Narottam mentions in the text entitled Guru Tirath Sangrah that in the memory of Guru Nanak's visit, the Udasin sect had established a Tilganji Sahib Gurdwara in the region of Kottayam. This shrine was also known as Kundi Kutalam. In present times, there is no trace of this site. Influenced by Guru Nanak's voice against caste system, in the early 20th century, around 300 native families of Kerala state had chosen to embrace Sikh identity and philosophy. This community has slowly dwindled in numbers. We visit the home of Lieutenant Colonel Lakhveer Singh, a native whose ancestors had embraced Sikhism.
Guru Nanak Dev Ji is a universal teacher. He had his own philosophies. He was against ritual practice and he got into the core of spirituality. He wanted to see all people in the same platform. No discrimination based on religion, sex, caste or anything.
Lieutenant Colonel Lakhveer Singh is probably the last of the native Sikhs of Kerala. From Kottayam, Guru Nanak and Bhai Mardana travelled north and reached Annamalai Hills, which are located at the border of the states of Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Trailing in Guru Nanak's footsteps, we travel from Kottayam to Annamalai Hills. This region is heavily forested with valleys and riversides. In the lower slopes of these hills lived the indigenous tribe known as Kadan, which means the Lord of the Hills. The Kadan people are said to also be called Koda. Keeping minimal contact with the outside world, they had become temperamentally insular. Perhaps the most ancient inhabitants of South India, these small-bodied, thick-lipped, frizzy-haired people lived on jungle produce and sheltered themselves in caves or under sheds made from foliage. When Guru Nanak and Bhai Mardana were passing through these hills, they ventured inside the forest in search of food. Presuming they were intruders, a member of the Koda tribe took Bhai Mardana as a captive. Before they could harm him, Guru Nanak explained the reason for their visit. He said, "Fear gives the power to overtake thoughts and decisions. Since we are all part of one ecosystem, then why be fearful of fellow beings?" Recognizing the sincerity in Guru Nanak's words, the members of Koda tribe released Bhai Mardana. Fascinated by Guru Nanak's words, the Kadan people are said to have become less insular and more liberal.
ਵਿੱਚ ਆਵੇ ਜਾਵੇ ਪੂਰ ਪੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਵੇ ਜਾਵੇ ਪੂਰ ਸਗਲਿਆ ਪੋ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਸਿਰ ਲੇਖ ਨਾਨਕ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ सच एक
From Annamalai Hills, Guru Nanak and Bhai Mardana travelled to Bidar, a hilltop city in the northeastern part of Karnataka state. Tracing Guru Nanak's footsteps, we travel from Annamalai Hills to Bidar. This region was once a dense bamboo forest, and the name of the city of Bidar is derived from the word Bidiru, which means bamboo. For about 200 years, Bidar was under the rule of the Bahmani Sultanate, a Persianate Muslim state in Deccan of South India. By the early 16th century, at the time Guru Nanak reached Bidar, the rule of Bahmani Sultanate was in decline, and the region had come under the indirect influence of Amir Baird Shah. This city is dotted with many remnants of the rulers of that period.
हर बिन क्यों तेरे मन मेरा कोट कलप के दुख बिनासन साच देड़ाए न बेरा.
Insecurities manifest the desire for power. To fulfill this alter ego, people disempower others by physical warfare or through psychological aggression. Witnessing these magnanimous, dilapidated monuments, once created to assert strength, what do I learn from them? Guru Nanak says, grievances caused by alter ego can be comforted by realizing that desires are momentary manifestations. Hence, efforts should be directed for the mind to seek harmony. We visit the historic Nanak Jhira Gurdwara in Bidar. It is heartwarming to see that members of all communities pay respect at this Gurdwara.
The water spring at the Bidar Gurdwara memorializes Guru Nanak and Bhai Mardana's visit to this city. The Sikhs and Hindus call it as Nanak Jhira, and the Muslims call it as Chashma-e-Shahadat.
The two mausoleums next to Nanak Jhira Gurdwara in Bidar are said to be that of the Muslim fakirs Jalaluddin and Sayyid Yaqub Ali. During their interactions, the four spiritualists discussed the biases and perceptions held by people of their respective faiths. In ego, people glorify their own religion by undermining other belief systems. This group mentality separates and classifies people, restricting their ability to see the oneness and interconnection of all humanity.
जल थल जिया पुरिया लोआ आकारा आकार ओए जे आखे सो तू है जाने ते ना पे तेरी सार।
The 2 mausoleums next to Nanak Jhira Gurdwara in Bidar are said to be that of the Muslim fakirs Jalaluddin and Sayyid Yaqub Ali. During their interactions, the four spiritualists discussed the biases and perceptions held by people of their respective faiths. In ego, people glorify their own religion by undermining other belief systems. This group mentality separates and classifies people, restricting their ability to see the oneness and interconnection of all humanity.
तेना पे तेरी सार ਨਾਨਕ ਭਗਤਾ ਭੁਖ ਸਾਲਾਹਣ ਸਚ ਨਾਮ ਆਧਾਰ ਸਦਾ ਆਨੰਦ ਰਹੇ ਦਿਨ ਰਾਤੀ ਗੁਣਵੰਤਿਆਂ ਪਾਛਾਰ ਗੁਣਵੰਤਿਆਂ ਪਾਛਾਰ
Guru Nanak says he is in awe of those who, having understood the truth of unity, lead a blissful life. Continuing further north in Guru Nanak's footsteps, we made a detour, visiting Barshi to explore memories of Bhagat Trilochan, a saint whose philosophy was aligned with that of Guru Nanak's. Bhagat Trilochan was born in 1269 AD in the trader community of Vaishyas, which is one of the three upper castes of the Hindu caste system. There is no consensus as to Bhagat Trilochan's place of birth. Some historians claim he was a native of village Barshi in Maharashtra, while others mention that he was born somewhere in Uttar Pradesh but spent most of his life in Barshi. In Barshi, there is no temple associated with Bhagat Trilochan. An exponent of the revolutionary Bhakti movement, akin to his name Trilochan, meaning three-eyed, he had the spiritual vision to recognize vices within society. Bhagat Trilochan condemned ritualistic practices, including an undue focus on wearing religious garb and giving up family life as prerequisites to leading a spiritual life. He endorsed association with spiritualists as a medium to attain salvation. Even though they were born centuries apart, such was the similarity in the philosophies of Bhagat Trilochan and Guru Nanak that the Guru Granth Sahib, the sixth scripture, contains verses written by Bhagat Trilochan. In one of his verses in the Guru Granth Sahib, Bhagat Trilochan says,
Kaye japore, kaye tapore, kaye bilovo pani. लख 84 जिन उपाए सो सिमरो निर्वाण काय कमंडल कापड़िया रे 68 काय फिराही बदत त्रिलोचन सुन रे प्राणी कण बिन गाहो के पाही.
Propounding on the insignificance of connecting with external practices at the expense of internal transformation, Bhagat Trilochan explains that such practices are deceptive to the self and to others. They are like threshing crops which have no grains. From Bidar, Guru Nanak and Bhai Mardana headed to Nanded. After having made a detour to Barshi, we resume our journey in the footsteps of Guru Nanak. Named after Shiva, the Hindu trinity god, attributed with destruction, Nanded is a town of antiquity which beholds many cultures. Emperor Ashoka, under his reign, left remnants of Buddhism. The Mughals brought Sufism during their rule. And Sikh history too has a footprint, as the 10th Sikh Guru, Guru Gobind Singh, breathed his last in this town. In the outskirts of Nanded, we visit Mal Tekri Gurdwara, which is built in the memory of Guru Nanak's visit to Nanded. The word Mal Tekri comprises of two words, Mal meaning treasure and Tekri meaning a mound. It is said that Fakir Lakkar Shah, feeble of sight, was physically unable to walk, was taking care of the treasure on this mound.
During his visit to Nanded, Guru Nanak met Fakir Sayyid Hussain Lakkar Shah. They had spiritual conversations at this place called Mal Tilla. Here stands the tomb of Fakir Sayyid Hussain Lakkar Shah and the Mal Tekri Gurdwara.
Sensory organs facilitate experiential learning. I wonder if differently abled individuals are deprived of some facets of spiritual learning, or conversely, better equipped because of their so-called infirmities.
अनहद वाजय ब्रह्म पाजय सगल व्यापरया प्रभ छाजय.
Human senses condition the mind with identities, which reduces the ability to feel the primordial vibrations of the soul, which unites every being. Ironically, the physically abled remain visionless due to attachment, crippled with hatred, and deafened by ego. Guru Nanak says that the state of Anhad, the self-emerging vibration which unravels the cosmic truth, is not dependent on sensory organs. Continuing further north in Guru Nanak's footsteps, we make a detour from Nanded and visit Hingoli to explore memories of Bhagat Namdev, a saint whose philosophy also was aligned with that of Guru Nanak's.
जने दृष्टि लागो तुझा सगुण पनाय जने दृष्टि लागो तुझा सगुण
Bhagat Namdev is a famous Maharashtrian saint who was born in 1270 AD in village Narsi. A calico printer by profession, he was from the Chippa community who were considered low caste. Even though he was born much before Guru Nanak, however, the two saints have been metaphorically living together as spiritual guides through their verses scribed in the Guru Granth Sahib, the Sikh scripture. At Hingoli, we visit Aundha Nagnath temple, which is dedicated to Lord Shiva.
पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव नागेश्वर भगवान की जय.
This temple is also associated with an event of Bhagat Namdev. Legend has it that he was rebuked and barred by the upper caste Brahmins from entering the Aundha Nagnath temple. The sanctum is said to have rotated towards Bhagat Namdev as he sat outside the back wall of the temple in devotion. In my humble opinion, the narrative of the temple rotating is a metaphor for the omnipresence of the Creator, also encompassing.
ये जो मंदिर है ये 12 ज्योतिर्लिंग में से 8वां ज्योतिर्लिंग है नागेशम दारुका वने. यहाँ संत नामदेव महाराज गुरु करने के लिए आए थे. वो पूरब की दिशा में अपना भक्ति संकीर्तन कर रहे थे, तो उनको मंदिर के पीछे भक्ति कीर्तन करने के लिए कहा गया. तो जैसे जैसे वो भक्ति कीर्तन करते करते पूरब से पश्चिम जा रहे थे, उनका भक्ति कीर्तन सुनने के लिए भगवान शिव जी ने, नागेश्वर भगवान ने अपने मंदिर का मुंह पूरब से पश्चिम तरफ घुमाया है. ये यहाँ का स्थान महात्म्य है. नामदेव महाराज जी यहाँ महाराष्ट्र में बहुत बड़े वो संत होके गए हैं और उन्होंने भक्ति मार्ग से ईश्वर प्राप्त हो सकता है ऐसा कहा है.
देहि महजिद मन मौलाना सहज निवाज गुजारे बीबी कौला सौकयन तेरा निरंकार आकार भगत करत मेरे ताल छिनाए कह पह करो पुकारा नाम का स्वामी अंतर जामी फिरे सगल वेद
Bhagat Namdev says, we are made of the same substance. The duality or otherness resides in one's perception. Bhagat Namdev is a pioneer of the Varkari tradition from the Bhakti school of thought. He became widely known throughout India for his devotional songs. Bhagat Namdev was a strong believer of pantheism or the philosophy of Nirgun, of a formless creator, and Sargun, the creator manifesting in form.
फिरविले देऊळा जगा माझी ख्याती जगा माझी ख्याती नामदेवा हाती दूध प्याला नामदेवा हाती दूध प्याला फिरविले देऊळ जगा माझी ख्याती जगा माझी ख्याती
देवा तुझा माझा कारे वैरा कारे देवा तुझा.
Bhagat Namdev's legacy is remembered in modern times by his devotees. For ages, his philosophy has continued to attract individuals from diverse classes and castes, manifested in the devotional singing congregations.
तेज माझ्या मना बोध केला बोध केला तेज माझ्या मना बोध केला बोध केला
From Nanded, Guru Nanak and Bhai Mardana headed to Daulatabad. Having visited the sites associated with Bhagat Namdev, we resume our tracing of Guru Nanak's footsteps and proceed to Daulatabad. The city of Daulatabad is in the state of Maharashtra. It dates back to 1000 BC and is famous for one of the largest rock-cut monastery temple complexes in the world.
The remains of Ellora caves in Daulatabad give a glimpse that Hinduism, Jainism and Buddhism were prevalent in this region since ancient times.
Earlier ruled by the Yadav kings, Daulatabad was initially known as Devagiri, the hill of gods. In 1322 AD, it was renamed as Daulatabad, the city of fortunes, by the Delhi Sultan, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, the ruler famous for eccentricity and bizarre policies. With a desire to rule the whole of India, his inhumane decision to shift the capital from Delhi to Devagiri and then back to Delhi resulted in thousands perishing during the ill-conceived journey.
ज्यों आरण लोहा पाए पन कड़ाहिए त्यों साकत जोने पाए पावे पावाये.
Power, especially when unchecked and desired absolutely, is corrupting. The need to control is an indication of an individual's feelings of insecurity and fear of losing possessions. Guru Nanak says, akin to the recasting of iron, we humans are destined to re-encounter the same dilemmas until we learn lessons from our actions. Guru Nanak probably chose a route to pass through this city because of its historic religious and political affiliation with people and cultures of diverse backgrounds.
The Sufi shrines in Daulatabad are a testimony that this town was once an entry point for Islam to spread through Deccan and South India.
In Daulatabad, there is no physical commemoration of Guru Nanak's visit to the region. Guru Nanak, through the power of his words, challenged injustice and advocated human rights, values which were carried forward by the later Sikh Gurus. The district of Aurangabad is the resting place of the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, who is known for religious oppression. Guru Tegh Bahadur, the ninth Nanak, stood up for the fundamental principle of freedom of thought and belief. For this democratic choice, he was executed in Delhi under the order of Emperor Aurangzeb. Witnessing the tomb of Emperor Aurangzeb, I was reminded of Guru Nanak's verse, which draws contrasts between humility and false ego. Guru Nanak compares the worthlessness of human life, which is doused in self-conceit, to that of a simmal tree which stands tall but is incapable of bearing tasteful fruit.
सिमल रुख शरीर मैं जन देख पुलन से फल कामना भनी ते गुण में तन हन